Yo, it's your boy Dctree from Dctree-Nation.com, where we cover hoops and heroes. And today we're talking heroes into the Spider-Verse, baby. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan since I was a kid, and they brought in this film, y'all. It was worth every dime to see this film. But before I jump into it, if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, first off, like I said before, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I've been a fan since a kid. I still remember the old 90s cartoon and the way they ended that series. One of my favorite episodes with all the Spider-Men together, working together. And when I first heard about this film with Miles Morales and all the other Spider people, it reminded me of that, and I was excited to see it. And I just loved the versions that they picked out. You know, Spider-Ham, regular Spidey, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir. It just felt like a good mix. Even like the robot anime girl, whatever her name is, it was tough, okay? So I just loved what they did with picking different Spider-Men that didn't too much repeat each other and brought something else to the table. So the energy around this movie from the get-go was amazing. I mean, it was so funny right off the bat. And, you know, Peter Parker passing the torch. You know, I just love what they did with his character. You know, the writers on this knew who Spider-Man was. They know who Spider-Man is. You know, they just nailed Peter Parker. He was older, he was weary, he was overweight. And it made so much sense, man. He just embodied, you know, the Tobey Maguire type Spider-Man. And I just love that aspect. They started off the movie with a bang. It was funny, it was light, and him passing the torch felt so natural. It didn't feel forced. Miles Morales and his chemistry, Peter Parker's chemistry, was just on point. I just loved how they started it, man. I also loved how the relationship wasn't one-sided. You know, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, was able to learn from Miles Morales. He had something to teach him. And, you know, he encouraged him towards the end, just like Peter had encouraged him at the beginning of the film. And it was a little cliche, but it was refreshing, man. This had a very Disney feel to it. You know, it had a lot of heart in this movie. That's why I keep telling people, a lot of heart. The characters were emotional. The characters felt like people. You know, they didn't feel like cartoon characters. They didn't feel like just different shades of the same character. You know, they all shared a shared trauma in their particular universe, but they were different. And that's what made it so refreshing. And they all helped each other out. And Miles Morales, him being the center of attention, was awesome. His relationships, his family relationships, his relationship with his father was amazing. His relationship with his mother was cute, you know, and the relationship with his uncle was deep, you know, and I just felt like that was a good part of the movie, that the emotional part of the movie that you wouldn't expect from a cartoon. And it really took you there. You know, you went from having a great time laughing to feeling a little emotional, man. This is a bit of a tearjerker at certain parts of the film, not to give too much away. So, I mean, they really nailed every aspect of the film. You know, you have your action, you have your sad parts, you have your funny parts. So it was a very well-rounded film, probably the best well-rounded Spider-Man film that we have had in a very long time. My final thoughts on the movie is that, you know, they kind of focused a lot on the heroes, which is understandable with so many characters. But I would have loved for them to go deeper into the Goblin and deeper into Kingpin and their motivations and the things they want to do. But even despite that, I still have to give this film a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, it was amazing. It's probably the best animated superhero movie I've seen in a very long time. And that's saying a lot with DC and how they do things like the Red Hood and, you know, the Justice League movies. I think this gets it. It's just more well-rounded, more family-friendly, a feel-good type of story, man. You really need to check it out if you're a Spider-Man fan. All right, guys, that's it for this one. For more information on heroes, please check out the main page, Dctree-Nation.com. Like us on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help a brother out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.